All right, welcome back to North Haven, the now completed North Haven on season number 5, episode number 6. I'm your host BJ, and this has come together really well. I'm really happy with the way this area has turned out. I did finish up that building and the one behind it, the little mini tower, kind of a squat tower, but it turned out really well. So far, I have just completed the outside parts of it. I still have a lot of work to do on the inside. I've got a lot of the stairs in place and things like that, but overall, it's turned out really well. I used up a ton of sand and all of my spruce, so I had to, where's that? It's over here? Yeah, there it is. I had to grow a bunch of spruce because I gotta go chop that down here in just a little bit. But I thought I would bring you back and show you guys how this place has turned out. Again, super happy with it. I still got a lot of leaves and things like that to put around it and gussy it up just a little bit, but and of course the insides to do. Maybe we'll do that either during some live streams or in the next episode. I haven't quite decided yet. But today we have a task. As I think I mentioned it in the end of the last episode, I want to build this pond. And the reason I want to build this pond is we've got these buildings on this side, set a great edge over here along the ocean. But we already have this really great little sort of pond shape. It's a little hard to see over to Germsy's building over there. I guess we could run really quick over to this side. But we already have this really kind of good shape. It's perfect for a little pond with a little bit of terraforming. And there's 3 things that we have to build with this. And so one is a good edge to the pond to be able to make it, kind of a cool build. The second thing is we have paths that we need to do to combine all these buildings together, which I think will also be a lot of fun. And we're also not, again, very far from spawn, so there are some paths, I think, to about right over here, but we need to connect that up into here and then get over to Cirque's building and to, this is Piggles. So Pigglesworth is the one that did the graveyard. Maybe we'll show that towards the end of the episode, and then over to Germsy's house, and of course our little, now, North Haven. I probably should call it East Haven, but I'm not going to. I'm going to call it North Haven. But we have the rest of this pond edge to build. So we're going to do that during this episode. And I thought I'd show you really quick the palette, hopefully before the sun goes down. We can talk about this really quick. But we need to do the pond bottom, which is going to be significantly kind of gravel and sand textures. I didn't get my sand out. Let's see, do I have? I know I have got sand in here somewhere. Let's put a little piece of sand out here so I can add it to the end of the palette. So we've got brown concrete powder, sand and gravel, a little bit of soul sand. I think that's going to be the majority of the bottom of the pond. And then we have a lot of the edges, which are going to be the grasses. Is that podzol? Is that what that is? I forget what that's called. Yeah, podzol. And then some rocks, some cobblestone, some the vines on the cobblestone. What the heck is that called? Mossy cobblestone. And then some stone, things like that to do the edges. So I think this is going to turn out really well. I'm looking forward to doing this. So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and clear all these trees out with the exception of, there's a tree right there that Germsy built that I think we should keep as part of his little development over there. And then, yeah, so as the sun's going down, I'm going to go sleep really quick, and then we need to tear a lot of these trees out, and maybe we'll do that through a quick time lapse. So stay tuned. Let's go get some sleep before I get killed by a zombie. All right, all in all, not too bad, I don't think. There was a lot of dirt, a lot of grass. Let's see how much we got in here now. Not too bad, double chest ish, maybe a little less than that. But that was really just sort of roughing this thing out. We still have a lot we need to do around the edges. And the first thing actually I need to do at this point, oh, hush up, you little dude down there. I don't need to hear your noises down below grade. But the next thing I need to do is start thinking about laying out what I want to do around this now that I have it all cleared out, and I'm down to not quite the bottom. I think I'll probably go down one more block for a good part of this. I don't need to go down one more for all of it. I only need to go down, yeah, probably one more for the majority of it, because I want it to be deep enough I can actually get some coral in there and get some plants, things like that. And then over there, my thought is I'm going to do a deep enough pool that you can kind of jump off the side and swim down and go into an underground cavern or something over there. I think that'll be kind of a fun thing to do. And the other thing I do, I think I want to have that water. Let me look at this really quick. Not at that level. Right now it's at this level here. And if I keep it at that level, then I'll be able to spill down into the ocean water. If I spill it down here, down to this level, then it will be just one level above. So I still have to decide what level I want it at, and that's going to determine how much deeper I need to go. But let's go to the aerial view really quick. I think when I took these trees out, and ended up taking out much more of his leaves than I wanted to. So I'm going to need to go back and fix that, I think. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this area that's kind of behind me right now, and then his wall that's here along the edge of the lake, I'm going to bring the lake all the way back over to this wall, and then bend it into a little peninsula that comes out, not as far as this one is that I'm standing on now. I'll be cutting this back quite a bit. But I want to leave enough of it here that this tree has a good spot to sit on. We'll put another tree or two up in here, and maybe some sort of little overlooking nookie kind of a thing. And then down here, we're going to cut this back. As I mentioned, we're going to have the bridge over to that side. But now I need to decide what I'm going to do over here. And I've got a couple of blocks here, so I think I'm going to have that bridge land kind of in this location. And we'll maybe start it up. I don't necessarily want it to be straight. I want it to be a little bit of an angle like we did the other one. So maybe right in there. I want to have these buildings, for the most part, facing towards spawn. So when you're up on them, you'll be able to see over there, and maybe we can renovate. That'd be kind of fun to renovate the... there's a ship over here to the side you can't quite see in the view, but I'll have to show that to you here in a minute. But here we can kind of have a path that maybe comes along in here that will then tie back into the main path that goes over to spawn in this direction a little bit. There'll be like do something like this, just to kind of indicate what this is going to be. A fountain or something important right here at this intersection. That's going to be the intersection between these guys. Then on this side, we will have, I think I'm going to make this a pretty vertical wall, so that we have the same thing, kind of some much narrower kind of back alley feeling something. And then these buildings, I think, are going to be tall and skinny, is what I'm going to do. But yeah, if I come in here with a bit of a vertical wall of some sort, maybe right in that location, and then the buildings start about where my block palette is, and then we cut straight down, that'll have a nice sort of solid sharp edge to that, and then this will be soft over in here. Yeah, I think maybe over on this side we're going to do something similar, but they're going to be quite a bit different than the ones that are going to be over on the other side. These I want to have facing with their backs a little bit to the ocean. They'll still be looking over the ocean, but the other thing I want to do too is we'll have the path that's coming from Germsy's kind of right in through here, but now I'm going to have the path on this side. And this is going to be more like a plaza, this big plaza that comes off to the water. And then we'll have this sort of a similar thing. We'll have a wall on one side with a little bit of landscape in between. It'll sort of slope down in between. We'll have Germsy's wall. We'll have another wall in here. But this one's going to be different because this is going to be a big plaza level. And then we'll have these little courtyards that come off the building here. We'll have another building that comes up to this corner pretty tightly, so that this is a little bit of a courtyard in between, but it's a little different than some of the others. The buildings are probably going to start back in here somewhere. Little nooks and ins and outs and nooks and crannies. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So maybe have a building here. And then something that maybe we'll have this one stay back a little bit and then come out here somewhere. Down into here. Yeah, and then that'll be nice too. Actually, this will be a good spot for like a kind of an arch on here. Let's see if I can get the right height and view in here really quick. Put a couple of these cobbles down to help us get an idea of what that might look like. So as you're running in from spawn and you kind of come across this, come over this little bridge, around this little path up around Germsy's house, and there will be a little arch. Yeah, that'll be nice. I'll have to think about what that's going to look like. Yeah. Then we'll have some more buildings in here. This one will be pretty deep, I think. We have quite a bit of room back in here to build, too. And I think the other thing I want to do, too, is have some narrow alleys that come back in between some buildings, so it feels like you have some taller buildings right around you, but these super narrow alleys, you could really do some bad things back in the alleys. We haven't decided yet. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty interesting to build, too, which is what I'm hoping to do, because you know, it's a little easy to get burned out on building the same thing over and over again. So we'll have to think about a little bit different character to these buildings. I think these are going to be perhaps a little bit more run down a little bit, maybe even ruiny. You know, this is sort of this pristine white, sandy color over there. I think they're needing to be pretty high-end buildings over there as well, because they're kind of facing towards spawn. But over here, considering that Germsy hasn't built his building yet, it may be a ruin forever. Maybe these should be ruins as well. We got a graveyard over there, stuff like that. We will have to see. All right, well, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go grab some of my edge of pond blocks over here and get to building on the edge of the pond a little bit. So let's go grab those and get to work. Excuse me, Mr. Horsey. Oh, can I actually ride you? No, I don't know. You don't have a... how do I get off? How do I get off? Shift? That's right, okay. Can I scoot you? Hope no one's shooting a video of this. It's terribly inappropriate. Alright, we gotta take the edge of this guy down quite a bit. We don't need all this hillside. Let's take that. Come back in here a little bit. This is going to come in a little bit deeper because I want to come back to where those guys are. Oh, that was a good sleep. I need some coffee or something because, man, I'm tired. I can take more out than I think I need because I can always put it back. So let's take out a little bit more. I think this is a little further back than I'm going to want to go. But let's go ahead and take it out. And I'm not talking about on a date. So I think this might be kind of the edge, like this. And then you can have steps that, come up into here. Yeah, that's going to look good. Then we can save this tree and work around it. That'll be kind of cool. Yeah. I like that. I'm going to kill my shovel really soon if I don't stop. But I gotta take it all out. I'm gonna have to go refill my shovel pretty soon. If I'm not careful, I'm going to destroy my shovel. I need to be careful. I don't have another good shovel like this. Don't die. Drop off some more grass. Dirt I can get rid of. I just need my coarse dirt. Yeah, there we go. Like a Hoover. Or is it a Dyson? Dysons are better, right? I have a Dyson. I don't know if it's better than a Hoover. We've kind of got this edge. In fact, let's see if I've got enough dirt. This is a little creeper hole that I left here. I shouldn't have. Sorry, Germsy. You won't even know that it was here because you haven't been on in a while. So why would you know that there was a hole here? Germsy. Germsy pants. Alright, we'll rebuild that back a little bit. That's a little bit too steep, but that gives me a good layout for getting the rest of this. Oh, look at all this little dirt I need to pick up. Dirt and grass. Dirt and grass. Dirt and grass. Don't die, shovel. Don't die. I just need you a little bit longer. I have to think about this for a second. Yeah, I want the bridge to come out a little bit further. And then like that in there. Yeah, that's good. Because then that'll kind of neck back down in through there. Yes, that's going to work wonderfully. Let's go and take some of this back out. Alright, regular dirt I don't need. Regular dirt I don't need. Coarse dirt I do need to keep with me. Alright, let's go pick up the rest of this. Dyson vacuum. Still better than the Hoover vacuum. How much do I have left on there? 298. Ooh, that's going to be close. Boy. Whew, that sure does make one hungry. Had myself a little afternoon snack here. Little fish and chips. Alright, we've got a proper double chest now of dirt and grass. We've dug most of it out now. I think I'm still going to go down in a couple of pockets, particularly right around in here as I dig down into that little cave or cavern or cove or something down in there that I think you can kind of jump into and swim down to. That's going to be pretty cool. And then add a little bit of topography down here. So I'll have some deeper spots and some higher spots, maybe even like a little island kind of peeking out over here or something like that. I am going to have to go and get a lot of coral. So maybe I'll go buy that from Mythical, because I think he does have a coral shop, and that would be a nice way to maybe get him back onto the server a little bit. We'll have to see. I have this cascading down as it's going down to the water. So it's going to be a little bit weird to have this be the high point without doing something about that. So I have to think about this for a little bit. I could have a little bit of a fountain or a water feature or something over in here that's sort of cascading down and creating this high point that then I could have drop down this direction. Maybe with another source or two over on that side. Or I could keep it at the same level for a little bit and then have it step down and sort of do the same thing. And I'm a little bit of a conundrum because I have this edge that's getting really close to this building. And I do want to have this path that comes out and probably around and tie back in over there. No, that's right. I was going to have a bridge come across. So that's what this is going to be. I'm going to have a bridge come across in here. I think I want to keep that water at this same surface elevation, at least out into here. So let's put down, we'll put down some dirt. Yeah, so this is going to be the elevation we're going to be at right here. We'll even place down some podzol or a little something like that. That'll be at that elevation. I'll put a little in there. Let's see. A little bit of dirt. This is mostly going to be dirt and gravel. I probably should put some sand down in here. In fact, I think I will go grab some sand here in just a sec. So there we go. That's going to come out to here. I'm going to have to put a little bit of a base down here because I broke into this cave. So let's go ahead and support this guy up just a little bit in here, like this. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Like that. Put some dirt into here. Oop. We can keep that grass there. We'll just shovel it. Actually, I don't know if the water will ruin that shovel or not. Let's do that right there. Maybe this is going to be a little bit more of a wall than previously was. Something kind of like... Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's put that there. Gravel. And then a little cobble right there. There we go. Yeah, that just kind of strengthens that edge just a little bit. How far back do we want to go with this? Maybe what we'll do is we'll have it kind of do something like this. And sort of spill out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then that way it's sort of going off in all directions. It'll come down, spill over this, and kind of go that way, and a little bit this way, and a little bit this way. Create that little bit of a pond over in there. I think that is going to look perfect. Do I have dirt? I do. Let's go ahead and fill this in with just a little bit of dirt. So we got a nice strong base here. This is as bad as a creeper hole. But I'm actually fixing this one, so that says something about how often I fix creeper holes. Not nearly often enough. Sorry, guys. Here, a little bit of gravel. A little bit of dirt. A little bit of podzol. I think that's going to work pretty well for this upper end. Let's get a little bit of dirt down in here. Because this is where we're going to be building out this part of the pond now. Let's go ahead and do some of this edge together as well. So all I'm really going to do is come through and take out some of these grass blocks so I can replace it with something a little different. And let's do it with, we'll use some of this coarse dirt, some gravel, a little bit in here, And I'm also going to use stone and create a little bit of a few rocks. Let's see if we can do a good example of one here that feel like they're kind of coming up out of the ground like this. Maybe put a little bit there. There we go. That looks pretty good. So it feels like it's a kind of pile of rocks a little bit. And if we put a little bit of cobble in there, I think that'll help even more. Maybe like right here. And I'll come back actually with half slabs and stairs and things like that and add to the character of this just a little bit later. A little bit of podzol. Let's take some out here. It looks pretty good on the edges. We don't want to get too deep here because this is where the water line is going to be. So we don't want to spend kind of our expensive blocks down there. They need to be up here a little bit more. We'll do that with some andesite. Have a little vein of andesite coming out into here a little bit. And then what we can do is we can actually take it down. I think this helps it a little bit if you bring it down into the pond bottom as well. So you see this andesite, kind of this little vein of it that's coming through. Put another little piece back up in here maybe. And back up in here. There you go. A little vein of andesite coming down into there. We got some gravel. Let's put some gravel along the edge. Maybe back into here a little bit. And then some more podzol. And it's okay to actually take every now and then and just take one out completely. And then come in here with like a gravel like that. And then let's get some coarse dirt up on top of there. Then what I'll do is I'll grow some of the plants around this, and we'll get some of the... that's probably what I should have done with all those trees I tore down, was get some of those leaves, because I'm pretty low on my leaf inventory. But again, here, start placing some leaves in here as well as... Oh, I do have some of the bone meal that I can gussy up some of this grass. Some of this I don't want. Let's go ahead and... There we go. We'll do that. Oh, that's better. Put one there. Maybe a little bit... Oh, there. That's kind of cute. Let's, I don't think I want a double high up here. Yeah, that feels better. Yeah, double high right there is nice. We're not going to want some of this up here. That's fine right there. Maybe a little bit down into there. Oh yeah, that's even better. Some flowers is better down there. And a little bit of grass. That feels a lot better. See, look at that. Now I just need to do that all the way around to all the sides. But I'll do that between episodes, and then we'll come back in the next episode and I will show off what the edge of the pond looks like. We'll probably go ahead and have a couple of buildings at least laid out, their foundations, where they're going to go. And then we'll talk about what those are and probably build one. And I think what I want to do in the next episode also is have a redstone build. So I want to turn one of these buildings, whatever it is that I do, into something that's useful. I haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but I will between now and the next episode. And we'll maybe try and concentrate on something that might be useful in 1.14. We'll have to figure out what that is. I don't know yet. I don't know. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I know I didn't get a terrible amount done today. I was mostly just showing off the build in the background there and doing a lot of digging. But, you know, it's progress. So in the next episode, hopefully we'll have some more fancy building. Look at the light on my face. Isn't that beautiful? It's golden hour. Makes my skin tones look so nice. But it's going fast. Anyway, thanks very much. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and or even subscribe if you're so inclined. I would really appreciate it. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks. Bye-bye.